All right, gamers. So I have a couple of things to talk about. I'm just gonna do a quick video here. For those who are new to the channel, this is Matt Near Extreme. I pretty much just stream casually, not really a big YouTuber or anything like that. I stream both on YouTube and Twitch, kind of using Restream to kind of dual stream. So welcome to anyone who come across this video. Thanks so much for stopping by. Whatever YouTube algorithm that brought you here, whatever thumbnail or whatever video recommendation, just remember to give them a thumbs up as well. I really and truly appreciate it. So I wanted to just do a quick dive in. I was watching a live stream earlier yesterday because I was recording this like at midnight exactly. So PAX West 2023 just ran through, and Final Fantasy 16 they gave some updates. So really and truly, I hope probably everybody sees this by now. So there was some huge update. Everyone saw coming a mile away, um, but nevertheless, it's for me it's still really really awesome. Well, of course, just diving in, this is of course Naoki Yoshida-san announcing some updates for Final Fantasy 16. The main updates that are really and truly, free a free update was just Shadow dropped, and this free update allows costumes, skins for our main characters: Clive, Jill, Torgal, Joshua. For fans of the game, this is a welcome addition. Um, to be honest, I wish we got like a whole wardrobe that we could just change their outfits. But I presume this game is actually something they want to have a little bit more of legs. So they want to drop new skins probably in the future. Who knows? The game will, however, now allow for weapon skins to change without changing the selected attributes. While I'm recording this, I saw that they posted about a three-page breakdown of each of um, the updates, and they actually mentioned that you are also getting a Final Fantasy 3 sword, I believe. I've never played Final Fantasy 3, so I can't really speak too much on why that was added. But during the trailer, you can see where they actually show that you can switch out your weapons without you switching out your outfit. No, this is just a great thing. I actually remember when playing the game, there's a point in the game where you have to do a side quest where you collect, for argument's sake, you collect a certain item. It's a fetch quest. Most of them, of course, are fetch quests. But in that fetch quest, you actually get from the NPC that they are actually, Jill might like this kind of what you call it, textile or cloth or cloth-like material to build something. So I expected for her to get like something like that, like a new outfit or whatever. And seeing this new outfit that she's getting, they're calling it the Snow White, which is a perfect name for her. So thumbs up there, Square Enix and team. So really and truly, I looked at it and said, okay, cool. That's like paying homage to that, in my opinion, because that's something I just saw that should have been there. Because in the game, you progress through the game, like with Clive, of course, being your main protagonist. But really and truly, at a certain point in the game, you get your father's original suit and you switch into that outfit, and that's the main outfit you kind of see in trailers and everything like that for the game. So really and truly, this is it's almost like, oh, this should have been something that was in the game but wasn't in the game. But them dropping it now is a welcome addition for sure. Um, so for everybody, this is a school. It's like finally, everybody will be like, finally, we hear you. Our Square Enix will be like, finally, we hear you. Go to town, do what you want to do. So I'm hoping that in the future we get more wardrobe like that. Now, that directly leads into the next big reveal, which is, of course, the team is finally officially announcing that there are two new DLCs that are being developed for Final Fantasy 16. Now, let me be frank. I finished the game. For I've said it on my streams. Go watch them, please. Run through. I've done a couple quick little short videos for them. Um, my wife bought me a PlayStation 5 to play this game. It was my Father's Day gift, anniversary gift, and of course birthday gift, all wrapped into one. And she kind of did the same thing for me because I bought a PS4 to play Final Fantasy 15, and I don't know if this is going to become some kind of tradition, but um, see I got a PlayStation 5 to play Final Fantasy 16, so it's like my launch game. And I really and truly enjoyed the game. I'm a huge fan, so really and truly, I went through this game. I took my time with the game. I did as much as I could. There's a couple things that I didn't finish, and then I said, I'll go back to doing those things. But once I finished the game and I realized that there wasn't much traffic or persons who are interested in the game, it didn't make sense. It didn't seem like something that you could go back to, unless you really and truly love the game. And I don't get me wrong, I do, but I do have my own little gripes with the game as well. So I say all of that to say that basically when I finished the game and New Game Plus came up, I didn't really think about jumping in. And I'm not really like a DLC player. I've played other games before. Once I finish them, I move on to another game. There are just so many games out there. So when I saw that I wanted to kind of jump in um, to Final Fantasy 16, once I finished it, I said, okay, that's it. Great story, great ending. Let me move on. But as soon as I heard that there were talks about doing a DLC, I was like, I'll be down for that. I'll be interested in where they take it. There have been a couple speculations to say that they could speak about Leviathan, which is the icon that we don't really see in the main game. Quote unquote spoiler alert. Sorry about that. Um, but also, there's a lot of ambiguity about the ending of the game. For me, I did talk about this in one of my videos, but really and truly, it doesn't matter to me because I really and truly think that one, Joshua was quote unquote spoiler alert for the ending of the game. Um, Joshua is like really and truly there, and he's the one telling the story at the end of the game. So I will leave it there for those who haven't played the game. But I think no, this is encouraging me, someone who has finished the game and has put it aside to move on to something else, to kind of know jump into New Game Plus. And I've seen a lot of people post content about New Game Plus and what, of course, the mechanics change forever. But I'm like, I played the game for the story. I know that the story is ended. There was nothing to drag me back into it. The DLC will do that for sure. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Now, of course, the it was mentioned online regarding the DLC, and really and truly, I think because of many people expressed the love of the game, you could see there was a bit, even of a heavier marketing push, not just to get more persons to buy PlayStation 5s and jump into the game, but this is definitely something that was expected. But now that we have a final official, a real official announcement for the DLC, I think this will drive a lot of traffic for the game as well, and lot more content and videos. So really and truly hoping to see that. Now the question still remains whether or not many will actually be playing the game, as traffic was low ever since the launch of the game. Um, but again, this is just an expectation. Based on what they shared, the numbers that they're seeing around in the game was within expectation, especially it being a PlayStation exclusive title. Which leads to the final and what I think is the main announcement. The team is officially working on the PC version of the game. Now, now look, I'm a console gamer. I've owned PlayStation 1 all the way up now to the PlayStation 5 finally. Um, yes, I have a decent enough PC, but I believe consoles are just more user friendly, and I do far more non gaming things on my PC. With that being said, this is a huge win. We knew the PC version would eventually come, at least after a calendar year of launch, and Yoshida-san noted that we will get some updates on the DLC and the PC version later this year. So I would expect it to be more like a 1 year anniversary of summer, or the 1 year anniversary launch, or summer fall 2024 release window. That's my expectation. I don't think they would want to announce this now and then wait 1, 2, 3 years before they drop the PC version. And don't get anything wrong. The PC version was already being worked on. This is more like setting this starting the pace for its release. Um, but I will say this, or needless to say, that this is going to introduce and make a whole new audience appreciate just how great this game is. So I'm looking forward to this kind of being something that is stepped up, for lack of a better word. Something that we can look forward to seeing, for us to be having more persons come into this community. because I think Final Fantasy is one of those iconic titles, those that game that builds a community. Every single main storyline Final Fantasy game has a community surrounding it. That's the reason, one of the reasons why Final Fantasy like 14 and even like 11, no matter what those PRG or whatever you want to call it, I don't really play them. I played them to some degree, but once you get into that community, it's like really and truly you can feel the love there, can have an understanding of the world and whatever. But outside of that, the other main titles are just the same. You always see a battle as to with quote unquote what is the best Final Fantasy mainline entry, and you can see a lot of tug of war there. It just really, I mean, really and truly means that there's a lot of person that played a lot of these games and have a lot of love and heart for it. So I want to see that more and more for Final Fantasy 16. So getting more players involved, especially on PC, that's just like perfect for me. So really, really looking forward to this. Um, I was saddened to see such a low viewership count for the game upon launch. But that aside, this actually raises even more questions. With the main one being, and I'm sure this is going to be discussed even more for persons who are a little bit more knowledgeable about these things. The question, of course, is will there be a 60 FPS mode on PC and possibly even a 60 FPS mode patch for the performance mode on PS5? Let's face it, the performance mode on PS5 was not the greatest, and the graphics mode was indeed, in my opinion, the better way to play the game, as cutscenes were indeed at 30 FPS and overall pacing of the game is slow, and it's kind of to allow a feeling for the feeling to try to translate because of how down of a game it is, in my opinion at least. Um, I remember well when I started to play the game. I started on the performance mode, and I saw the news online, everybody talking about the little minor issues. I saw them, but it's my first game on the PS5. It's built for the PS5. I've seen other games that I was playing. My first quote unquote next gen console was a Series S, and I was playing other games that I played before, but when I played them on the Series S, they got that 60 FPS boost, and I was like, oh my god, 60 FPS is night and day. Um, it never bothered me before, but now that I've seen 60 FPS, it bothered me. But while playing Final Fantasy 16, I was like, this doesn't seem so smooth as what I saw on even on a game that I was playing on the Series S at 60 FPS. But when I saw what was being said online, I kind of understood why and how they made the game. So when I switched over to the graphics mode, I was like, whoa, okay, this is a better way to play the game. The graphics popped a little bit more. The game moved seamlessly. It was I never had any issues at the 30 FPS mode. Everything transitioned between the cutscenes into the gameplay smoothly. It was just a nice flow, so I had no issues. So once I switched over to that mode, all my other streams of playing the game were just straight 30 FPS. I am really and truly looking forward to if there's ever a time a day where everything could be played with this game at 60 FPS. But again, the cap here is that the cutscenes are indeed in 30 FPS, so that may or may not be the case. Um, we all know the power of the PC, so we're looking forward to see what the team can actually cook up for this title. So, but basically that's it for now. As I mentioned, there's some community posts there in terms of the details, a lot of little small little things that they've made regarding the updates. I'm gonna go through those um, myself to kind of see what on what they made some tweaks on. Some things are irrelevant to me, so it's not really like content worthy in my opinion. But at the same time, I know that some of the things mentioned there are things that people have been like posting online, and I'll probably post probably do a little bit of a scroll through in the background here of those updates. Um, but I'm looking forward to December, where they will give some more updates on the DLCs and the PC version based on what Yoshida-san has said. Um, so while we wait, let me know down in the comments if you're using the free updates that dropped today to dive back into Final Fantasy 16, or if it's your first time and you're gonna use these and you just got your PS5 and you're kind of going to use this opportunity to jump into the game for the first time, welcome if that's the case. I plan on playing the New Game Plus mode in late November after I collect my PlayStation Portal. I pre-ordered that, so that's something I'm going to be utilizing while I move about to kind of play catch up on some games. I wanted to kind of stream all my games, not just for content, but for my own personal benefit to say, okay, this is how I play the game XYZ. But there's so many games that I need to catch up on, so I'm going to be working through those. So I will find a way to record what I can do on the PlayStation Portal, if it's even just to record while I have it in my hands. But I'm looking forward to that because I don't think a lot of people are going to pre-order that because normally when pre-orders open, I don't get in. Um, but it was really easy to pre-order a PlayStation Portal. Just to kind of say, it was really easy to get to pre-order a PlayStation Portal. I did get the ping though. I did get an alert from via my PlayStation app. It directed me to the store and everything like that. I felt really important because that was the first time that ever happened. I remember, even though I knew I didn't have the money to buy a PlayStation 5 at the time, I did put down to get one on launch, and that immediately disappeared. Granted, that was stock wise, and then like simple things like the limited edition of like the Spider-Man consoles and things like that. But this is the first time anything noteworthy that I wanted that was open and pre-order that I was actually able to get. So that might indicate a lot in terms of the lack of take up rate for this device. But it's for me. It's kind. This is kind of like my kind of device. So I do plan on playing Final Fantasy 16 and any other titles I can far away from my home using my PlayStation Port. So subscribe for more, follow for more Final Fantasy 16 content. I will be posting more videos regarding Final Fantasy 16 once we get some updates, as well as if they're definitely for the DLC. I'll be buying those and be playing through those. This is kind of my game for sure. It's just a sad thing that there's such a low viewership for it because it would be really great to get a lot more members, a lot more followers in terms of on my channel to kind of be watching this. So, look forward to that content. Like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what you think. Stay safe out there while gaming. That's it for now. Peace.